Boom, and we're live. Let's go. So
All
we've got
right.
RS, Buenos Dias, and then Daniel Croft is in the chat. What's up, Daniel? Good to see you again.
What's up, Daniel? Yeah. Awesome. We ready to get started?
Yeah, I think we're ready to get started. Jim just popped in. What's up, Jim?
What's up, Jim? Well, hello and welcome everyone again to another episode of Live on IFT. Today is our 27th episode, and today we're going to be showing you all the new AI Applet maker. My name is Ben. I'll be your host. Joining me, as always, your other host, my colleague and best friend Tripp.
What's up, guys?
Tripp, yeah, I was leaving you a window there.
Oh
Tripp,
yeah.
so yeah, you've got Tripp and I, and then we have a special guest with us today. She is a TikToker. She's a cat lover. She's the brains behind the IFT newsletter. Born and raised right here in San Francisco, California, from intern to Instagram, our very own content marketing and social media extraordinaire, Chelsea Chin. Welcome, Chelsea, to Live on IFT.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for Chelsea to be here. She's my coworker. She works with me on honestly all the social media, all the email stuff, and a lot of our like SEO content. And I'm actually going on paternity leave in a few weeks, so you might see a lot more of Chelsea in the future. So thanks, Chelsea, for
Yeah,
joining us.
No problem.
yeah, really excited. Yeah,
Yeah.
and excited for you too, Tripp. So
Oh,
yeah,
totally.
welcoming a new boy in the world.
Oh
Your
yeah,
wife's outnumbered now.
I know. She's been outnumbered with our first son, but now we are taking over the house. So
Tripp, but
yeah.
before we get to what's going on with your nose, do you have any announcements for the folks back home?
Yeah, so first off, what we're going to talk about today is the AI Applet Maker. If you haven't tried it yet, go click that create button at the very top, and you have the classic create if this then that section, but you also have the AI Applet Maker section. Try it out, throw in some keywords, think of, whatever new automations you want to do and try and build those automations on the fly. And we're learning, we're actually pulling in all that information to kind of learn how to optimize it and make it more efficient for you guys. So go try it out. Also, if you are a student, again, we have a 90% off discount for all students. We're releasing soon an AI translator and AI grammar editor. So those are really great for students. And if you're in the US, the UK, or Canada, and you use your .edu email address, it automatically applies 90% off to our Pro and Pro Plus plan. So tell all your student friends. I also want to give a shout out to George Wabe in the chat and Marcelo Villaca. What's up, guys? Good to see you guys.
Awesome. All right, let's before I give my announcement or my reminder, can you what's going on with your nose, man? You look you've been punched in the face.
Yeah, I for some reason every time I get injured, it's doing something like not manly at all. So for example, like 5 years ago, right after I got married, I broke my leg playing kickball. I wasn't even kicking, I was pitching, and my leg was snapped. And then this past week, I'm in my mid-30s, and I used to play a lot of frisbee back at college. So I decided, let's stay active. I'm going to go sign up for the local recreational frisbee league. And as my wife left, she said, "Don't get injured," because I'm doing a wedding this weekend, and I didn't want to
Oh man,
catch up,
You're in hot water, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I laid out to grab a frisbee, and I had my sunglasses on, and I've never had this happen before, but the sunglasses just like cut into the top of my nose, and like a big flap of skin came off. So I think it's looking a little bit better though.
It looks better than it did 2 days ago. So
it's healing.
Yeah,
so
totally.
Can we sue somebody from George?
Thanks for sharing. I know people were gonna be wondering, so I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Yes, I totally tripped, guys.
Yeah.
What's up, Joel? You should see the other guy. The other guy was the ground.
Yep.
The ground got the better end of it. So That's hilarious.
Very cool. Well, hope that continues to heal over the weekend trip.
Thanks, Ben.
Maybe you apply a little like foundation or makeup or something, for the wedding.
Check this out. I'm gonna pull out glasses.
Okay.
Covers it up.
Gone.
Nice.
Perfect.
Gone. No one even knows it exists, right?
Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, hey, before we get into the agenda, I want to just remind everybody that we have a swag store, swaggy.shop/collections/IFT. Go there, check it out. By the way, the only people that know about this outside of IFT are people that show up for this live stream.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been given permission yet to share it externally, but except with people on the live stream. So go get some IFT swag, wear it, take some photos of it, put it on social media, tag Tripp and Ben, and
Let's
Chelsea.
Go.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into the agenda. So real quick, we are going to be giving away some swag today. You'll see this long sleeve t-shirt here. I'm actually wearing a green one. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm wearing a military green. It matches my coffee mug and my boots that you can see. Yeah. Thank you. So it comes in like, I think 9 different colors. This one and the ones that you see here. So I'm going to be giving those away to really whoever I want, but we're gonna find someone around. I'm gonna start looking for people in the comments section after we've had about 100 comments, and we're just gonna pick 3 people to win a t-shirt. And then so we have that to look forward to. We're gonna check in real quick with Dan, Dan the Walking Man, our coworker who has taken a sabbatical from IFT to become a famous TikToker and march the entire length of Australia. So we're going to do a real quick check-in with Dan. He's doing that for a really good cause. And Tripp's going to give us a overview of what is the AI Applet Maker. And then we're going to do a live demo with Chelsea. As always, get your questions in, your comments in. And by the way, if you've been here before, that's how you win t-shirts and prizes. So, stay active in the chat. And at the very end, for someone that stays to the very end, we're going to give away a beer of Pro Plus. So if you're not using IFT, if you didn't lock in a early IFT Pro Plus pricing, this is actually a really good deal because it's not as cheap as it used to be. So it's a really, really nice deal. Really, really something cool to win there at the end. Cool. All right. So real quick, we have a coworker, Dan, who is on
he's at 50,000 followers. That's wild.
Yeah. Almost 50,000 followers. And he just started like 50 days ago. Right. So he is walking the entire length of Australia, which is a continent, and I thought it was a country, but it's a continent. And he's not quite halfway there. Looks like he's hanging out in Sydney. I think he was around Sydney last week, so he might be like
nice.
He might be enjoying the beach for a little bit, but you can see a live map of where he is down there on the screen. So go check out TikTok Basic Income Walk, Instagram Basic Income Walk. He's doing this to raise awareness and money for UBI, which is Universal Basic Income. So we're really proud of Dan and can't wait to see this journey as he continues to carry on. And by the way, I think he's going to be recording something for us for one of these future live streams to talk about which applets he's using on his walk. So stay tuned in future live streams for that.
That's awesome.
Okay, so moving on. Tripp, what is the AI Applet Maker and why should we care?
So the AI Applet Maker, I didn't mean to bring me all the way up here, it's a new way to create applets. It's been around since 2010, and we've had that if this then that kind of building block system of creating applets. And with this new, AI is just kind of everywhere now. We thought this would be a really good way to help people that may not like completely understand the building block, if this then that system, as efficiently as just typing in what they want to create with their automation, right? So what the AI Applet Maker does is basically it understands all of the services that exist on IFT, and then it listens for like how you're typing it in and like the verbiage and words that you use, and it will build those applets for you and give you the outline. And then once you have the outline that you want, you can dive in and kind of edit it to be more refined to what your customizable applet needs are. But it's just a new, cool way to build applets. And I've noticed that if you kind of learn how to structure how you're building the applets and like what you're writing down, it's a whole lot quicker. So yeah, I think it's just a really cool new way to build applets. I think it will help a lot of people that don't necessarily know the if this then that system yet. A lot of newer ifters, and yeah, I think it's just a really cool new way for users to use AI and build the custom applet automations they need.
Very cool. Thank you for that introduction. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the AI Applet Maker, it's not perfect, but mm-hmm. it's very helpful, I think, and yeah. I'm excited to see what people are able to create with that. And actually, with that said, we're going to do a live demo now. So mm-hmm. I will hand it over to Chelsea. Chelsea, you're going to show us a few of the applets that you've created and redo those for us?
Yep, that's right. So Tripp, can you switch over to my screen?
Yep, we're live.
So to get to the AI Applet Maker, you're going to start from the if.com/explore page, and you're going to go to create on the upper right-hand corner and click on the icon that says AI. Mm-hmm. So for the first applet, because we are in the middle of the NBA playoffs, I'm going to put in if there is a new NBA post on ESPN News.
Yep.
Then send me an email and an SMS.
Okay, cool.
So
so who's your favorite team, Chelsea?
Well, I'm from San Francisco.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to say the Warriors, but they're not in the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really
excited. Curry couldn't pull them through this year. Yeah.
Well, they're getting old, man. I'm really excited for this finals though. Boston versus Dallas. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So what this does is it gives us the if then and. So this is what a trigger into actions. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So here you're gonna have one trigger and two actions. Mm-hmm. So the trigger will be if there is a new post on ESPN in NBA, then your two actions will be send me an email and send me an SMS.
Cool.
So we're going to hit continue.
Nice.
Oh, it wants your phone number. Oh, yeah. Just put in a random phone number, Chelsea. See if it'll.
So that's awesome. So right there, it just basically
handed
you the building blocks.
Okay.
And you didn't even have to. Yeah.
You can move on to the next one. I didn't know it was going to want your phone number live because we created a separate account for this. Otherwise, she's already connected to her SMS. So we'll move on to the next one.
Yeah. Oh, you're golden. But yeah, that was cool. So it basically gave you all the building blocks, and then once you hit continue, you can kind of customize each section if you want it to be a little bit more specific to the Golden State Warriors or which email you want to send it to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
wait, and in the chat, throw in some test prompts you want us to do, because we'll open it up later. We can kind of play around with those test prompts as well. So if you have a specific applet you're thinking about and you want to add into the AI live, then we can do that. So throw it in the chat.
And to bring you behind the scenes a bit, we've tested these three, right? And there's Chelsea showing us now, but we're gonna throw some live bullets at her. So be sure, we want you guys to participate as well. So all right, let's go.
Yeah, and real quick, Joel's asking, does it handle query aspects? Here, let's move
I don't
brand.
believe it does
It
yet.
doesn't handle the query aspects yet. We're hoping that, as we kind of continue molding it and updating it, it can be able to pull in like query aspects and potentially filter code in the future.
Joel, you might be a little bit advanced of an ifter for this to be. I mean, seriously though, it would be something very fun for Joel to play around with, but Joel might be like, this is for someone who doesn't even know what a query is, right? So
Joel's in ChatGPT doing JavaScript
just
and
to
then copying and
set the
pasting it
just
in
to
the
set the
filter
playing
code.
field of where we are here, right? Okay, let's see the next one, Chelsea.
Okay, so for this next applet is for all the bloggers and content creators out there. So I'm going to type in, if I post a new blog on WordPress, then share it on Twitter, Discord, and Facebook.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
So yeah, here I'll have one trigger and 3 actions. So if I publish a new blog post on WordPress, then it will automatically share the post to my Twitter, Discord, and Facebook communities.
Wait, that's awesome. So so let's say you do have an audience on Twitter, you have an audience on Discord you're trying to engage with, and then you also have a group on Facebook. This is really cool.
Yeah.
You don't have to go and build any of those custom solutions yourself. You know?
Can we try? Can we go back and just try this exact same thing? Just erase the WordPress and put our. Actually, if I post a new public video on YouTube, and just see if it'll do.
Yeah. Well, it's cool that you can just do multiple actions. That's what like has blown my mind. It's like you literally say, "Okay, cool,
boom, yeah,
that's great."
Very
so
cool.
like it understood just all of that in natural language. And the cool part is like try different languages. You know, like I only know English. I'm okay at Spanish, but I wouldn't be able to write it all out. You know, but try different languages and see what it returns. It should understand it in whichever language that you're using. So. Will it work for a YouTube video? Chef Pachi's in the chat. Yes, it does.
It does, yeah. I read your mind, or you read my mind, yeah.
David, comment on what you're trying to build. I'd love to hear about it. All right. All right, David, we can keep moving, guys. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so the third applet is somewhat similar to the last one. It's just a simple cross-posting automation. So here I'm going to write, if I post on Instagram, then post a tweet on Twitter.
Boom, cross-posting. You know,
okay, cool.
Chelsea did. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this stat, but I can't remember what the exact stat was, but like this was one of the very first, like back when they were called ingredients, right? And applets were called recipes. This was like one of the most popular things that you could do. I think this is probably like one of the reasons that IFT blew up the way it did was because of this very automation, right?
Yeah.
So
because everyone had an Instagram, everyone had a Twitter account, but it was
right?
just so tough to like copy your Instagram photo, post it natively in Twitter, and this just did it automatically.
Totally.
So.
Yeah. Very cool. I will say, pro tip out there, correct me if I'm wrong, Tripp, I think, right? So Instagram we have Instagram triggers on it, but not Instagram actions.
Yes. I don't believe so. Yeah.
If you want to use Instagram as an action, you can replace the action with something like Buffer or New Link are two good. We had the CEO of New Link on here once. So you can replace those, and that's a good way to be able to post something on Instagram. It's just to schedule it in one of those two platforms.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got a few questions in the chat I wanted to answer. All right, Ben?
Go for it.
So first off, our buddy Marcelo's asking, YouTube, one trigger that I'm missing is if new live stream is about to start. Does anyone know? So new live stream doesn't necessarily exist in IFT yet, but you can say any new published video. So whenever we publish a video with our live stream, then that will trigger the YouTube automation and kind of distribute the video afterwards. We have a Twitch. When
Which
you go
does
live,
this?
yeah, if
Yeah.
you go live on Twitch, then it automatically sends notifications that you're live across other platforms. So I would suggest maybe trying to do like one of those live streaming tools that helps you go live on YouTube and Twitch. And the Twitch automation is what notifies all your audience members.
And by the way, Marcelo, you're not alone with this request. This is one of those things that might actually happen because it's a very squeaky wheels get the grease type of request. So I know I've mentioned this many times and other people have as well. So hopefully one day we can hop on here and tell you that it's a thing now, right? So yeah, totally.
Here's another question. So actually, Joel's got a prompt for us. We can maybe dive into in the next section. Let me see. Answered Chef Pachi's. Chef Pachi said, "I started Ample Note. Will that be the SMS?" I think I misspelled Ample Note. Yeah, so you can use, if there is a service on IFT, I think the biggest like hurdle people do come across when using this AI Applet Maker is they'll ask for services that aren't necessarily on IFT yet, and then they'll get an error message or it just wouldn't really function. So the biggest thing when you're trying to, either use the Create system or this new AI Applet Maker is just choose services that are currently live on IFT.
By the way, Ample Note is on IFT, I believe.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was just one I didn't know about. Yeah. We have almost 1,000. We're getting close. So we've got a lot.
So let's maybe see what Joel, I feel like Joel's going to give us something really complicated, but let's see what Joel wanted us to try.
Yeah. So the prompt he wanted us to try is, if there's a tornado warning for my zip code, then send me a text notification.
I'm gonna guess this doesn't work, but let's see if it pulls it from the Weather Underground, because I think it's a query. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's just try it.
I have an answer for this, but let's just try it.
I'm gonna say this isn't gonna work, but wow, that would be cool if it did.
Oh wow, it worked.
Oh wow, very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Well, so this one, if you did click continue, then it will give you like a daily weather report and send you an SMS. I don't know if you can, inside of the weather.
You would have to add a query or a filter code, right? You would have to say, if true, run. If not true, skip.
Yeah, exactly. So there's probably some like customized filtering. Also, I've seen people, there's actually an applet out, I'll throw it in the chat real quick, where people use our RSS feed and they just like hyper customize the RSS feed to like a local weather station, and they'll get a notification, or like their hue lights will blink when like that RSS feed sends a specific like tornado related warning in their local area. So
do you mind if I try one real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. And by the way, this runs out, so even Pro Plus people are only allowed to run these 20 times a day. So we might get kicked off here in a minute, which will be, I don't know how many times Chelsea ran this morning, but try this. So I have a problem. So my problem is that I have an iRobot Roomba that runs, right? And when it runs, I mean, I might not be here, I might be doing something else, but then the filter, like the bucket or the basket fills up with stuff, right? And then it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is I want to create a task in Todoist to empty the Roomba every time it finishes a job. So let's try. Okay, so if my Roomba finishes a job, create, that might be better.
Then create
a task in Todoist telling me to empty iRobot.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Wait, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It recognizes one that the iRobot service, that's what it's looking for, but then it also is like reading the name for what that trigger is. So job complete is the trigger, right? And it like understood like how you verbalized it inside of the that section and recognize that, oh, it needs to have a job complete trigger and then create a task. Yeah, that's really cool. So David Cabold in the chat says, "Holly Molly, Holly Molly." Yeah. Cool. It looks like Chef Pachi's playing around with it right now, testing things out. This is great. Yeah, guys. If y'all have any other prompts you want us to try live, throw them in the chat. We'll do it. I'm curious. Will it work? I mean, how will it work with webhooks? We have a ton of people on our chat that likes to use webhooks. So say what I mean, it wouldn't necessarily like be able to pull the specific webhook URL. You kind of have to add that in yourself. But what if you say like if I receive a webhook, then turn on my hue lights? Oh, perfect. Receive a web request with a JSON payload, then turn on lights. Okay, cool.
You know, something I really want everyone to understand this is that, like, as you can tell, like these aren't just surprise faces that we're faking. Like we're really cool. Testing this out for the first time right here live with you guys. So you're seeing a lot of this at the same time that we do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Chelsea's a little bit more of an expert in it than we are, but yeah, we're all really seeing this for the first time. So
yeah,
get some prompts in.
Joel just asks if and if service I use gets a new trigger option, then send an SMS. So what if we used
we'd have to fake the service, right? So
yeah,
like
exactly.
We'd have to, I guess you'd have to do it for a particular service.
Yeah. Maybe. Let's try like Airtable or Joel's a big smart home guy, so it could be like with things or something like that, you know? I don't know what other smart
maybe
LifeX. Yeah. Homey. I don't know if we have that.
With things?
Sure.
Yeah, that's on IFT.
Service gets a new trigger option. And send me an SMS.
And I will say this is different I think because we use IFT all the time, I always structure my work, like my phrases, my prompts as if this and that, you know? Did that work?
It did not work, but it tried to like it tried to basically, which this is cool. Like we're seeing again, these are there's limitations to this. Joel's helping us right now basically find out what this thing can't do, right? So
I know we have triggers that are like if the service is updated, but they're not on all of our services. I think they're only on a few services. So
right. Let's try something with like with Google. I think we should run this thing out until we can't anymore. So let's say let's see. Let's try this. So let's say if I turn on my Wemo light switch, send me a Gmail, or no, send a Gmail to trip@if.com and Chelsea, or no, I guess, Chelsea@if.com. I'm just putting y'all's emails out in the world. Boom. All right, guys. So you guys are going to know. So if y'all don't get an email tonight, right, you guys might be worried that I'm like wasting power. You guys can send me a text message and say, hey, Ben, you need to turn your lights off. I'm kidding. Let's see. Let's try something with like Google Sheets, maybe. Tripp, you're always using Google Sheets. What's a good Google Sheet?
So let's say, okay, we have a few. Well, we've had a few Leeds United fans in the chat before. Say like if a new article is posted on Leeds United, maybe is posted about Leeds United.
It's not going to work, but let's do it anyway. I think
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. I think I know why. Let's try
it. If a new article is posted on Leeds United and use that phrase, then add a new row to a Google spreadsheet.
Sorry, how do I spell that word?
Oh, Leeds, and then United. So UNITED. Yeah.
Then.
All right, so you just let me fail here, Ben, huh?
No, I think so.
Then add a row to a Google spreadsheet. Yeah.
New article. Okay, so this basically what this did is it picked up article and then it went to like maybe the really popular one,
New York Times.
In the New York Times. This isn't going to work the way you want it to. Try this, Chelsea, instead. Let me give you the prompt real quick. So try like if new and then Leeds United post from, and put those in parentheses, Leeds United in parentheses, from the English Premier League news. Then add row to Google spreadsheet. This might work. Oh, no, it didn't work. Yeah, try this instead. Wait, let's try one more. Give me 1 second. Tripp, if you'll find something in the chat real quick.
Well, so I kind of want to bring up Jim Wells. He has a pretty good question here. So can the AI summary be used more than once in an applet? For instance, if RSS, then query the AI summary and post it to Facebook, and then different AI summary, post it to Insta, and then different AI summary, post it to Tumblr. So in this instance, all right, you could have 3 separate applets that you run that kind of does all of these things. We have a lot of different AI queries. So you can use the AI summary query for like long form texts on an RSS feed. And then you could then use like the AI prompt query. And in the prompt, you say summarize X, Y, and Z, or rewrite this summary and write it in a way for Instagram, or write it in a way for Tumblr. So I would suggest you can't necessarily use the same query twice in a series of applets, but we have so many different queries. So like you can use the AI Twitter query to create Twitter posts based on a specific piece of content, and then also do the AI LinkedIn query to create a LinkedIn post on a specific piece of content. Does that make sense? So
yeah, I think yes and no. I'm Jim. You're the only one I think that might understand the question that you've asked. But it
also Premier's spelt wrong in right here, so it's IER.
No,
maybe it'll work.
Try this one instead, Chelsea. Oh, I don't think that's gonna work.
We might get that error again.
Oh, no. So it gave you Leicester City. It gave you a different team, but it did pull the So it did pull the
correct
team. Yeah,
from
the correct team.
Your team. Killer. Wait, what were you about to say with Jim?
Well, no, I was just going to say that when it comes. So first of all, I thought the question was about can you use queries in this applet maker. You can't. I don't think you can use the AI.
Yeah, we've tried them yet, and it hasn't been able to pull them yet. Yeah,
I think that's probably something that we will get to, right? I think that's probably the next version of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, We're approaching 35 after, or 40 after rather. So let me just take a look here at the comments. So I'd like to give away a
T-shirt.
T-shirt. Yes, sorry,
Yeah, long
this
sleeve.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
I'd like to give away a T-shirt to our friend Joel.
What's up?
Yep, I'd like to give one away to Chef Pachi.
Let's go. Yeah, she really liked the yellow, or they really like the yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'd also like to give one away to help me out here. Was David as well?
Yeah, Cobbled.
Yes, David
Yep.
Cobbled.
He's been very heavy in the chat. Let's go.
So if the three of you would send us an email at marketingandif.com, and you can attention to Ben or Tripp, and we'll get you taken care of.
Let's go.
Very cool.
Joel just asks, so do local spellings make a difference, like color versus color, or however they spell it elsewhere? From what I understand, like you can either use native, English or UK English or different languages, and it will still pull up what you need from an applet perspective. If you kind of like phrase the prompt correctly. It always kind of needs to be that structure, like if this then blank kind of structure.
I wouldn't have expected changing that one word or fixing the word premiere. I wouldn't have expected that would have been the thing that we were missing here, right?
Mm-hmm.
On this last one. That didn't seem to me like it would be an issue. Apparently it was.
So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would think it would allow for a little bit of human error. And it has, right? But I guess for the most part, Chelsea's spelling is better than mine. So cool. All right. Well, do we have any more that we want to try?
Yeah, throw it in the chat if y'all have any more. I haven't seen any recently. So yeah. Is that Heavy Plate Problems? Is that the title of your YouTube channel?
Heavy Plate Problems.
Let's go.
Wonder if Heavy Plate works for like a restaurant, maybe.
Well, I think it's a exercise YouTube.
Oh, it's like plates, like weights, like plates on a bar. Yeah, you can tell that I don't have those problems. Yeah.
Ben, the first thing you went to was, restaurant plates.
Like a plate, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. Okay, so let's we
switch over to you?
Can we switch back to my screen? Yeah.
We're live.
Awesome. So I think we've given away 3 T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I think we gave one of the T-shirts away to David.
Yeah.
And I think David might have mentioned. Was it David that mentioned that he wanted some Pro Plus?
Yes, he did. Let's go.
Right.
Let's go to him.
David, you've not only won a T-shirt today, but you've also won a year of Pro Plus.
You are
one of these days. We're going to get a more sophisticated way to pick winners on this, but right now this is how we're doing it. So David, if you'll just send us an email again, marketingif.com, and we'll get you taken care of. Get you using IF. By the way,
see what you build and kind of use it on the automation side.
Yeah, and let us know, like, hey, like, what, we would really love for you guys to, if you come here every week and you enjoy hanging out with Tripp and I and Chelsea. Chelsea's going to be making some more appearances, I think, in the future. If you enjoy hanging out with us, and you let people know on social media that we're doing this every Friday. If you win some swag and you're obliged, take a photo of it, post it on social media, let people know that they can win some fun stuff. Tag us, please. Tag IF, tag Tripp. Tripp's becoming a LinkedIn influencer.
Tag me on LinkedIn.
Yeah, tag him on LinkedIn.
I don't really do the other social media, but LinkedIn, I'm pretty heavy on.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at this time, I just want to say thank you to Chelsea. Chelsea, you did a great job. We threw some curveballs at you, and you did great. So
Thank you for having me. This is really fun.
yeah, of course. We got to get you an IF tat. You got to go to the IF swag store. Have you bought anything from the IF swag store yet?
I haven't yet.
All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna fix that. Awesome. Well, we will see everyone next week. Tripp, do we know what we're doing next week? Is it a surprise?
It's probably going to be a surprise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, we'll see everyone next week. Thank you so much, and enjoy your weekend, everybody.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.